All right. Good evening, District 44 and all the zines in Texas. We are so happy to have you guys here with us. I know this sounds like a last minute decision of making a live, but we are here with you guys with my fellow ZCOM, Shannon, and the ZJs, Jan and Edith, and her pug. That I love it. Yay. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So, why are we here? Because the two of you decided to do a gym session together. So before we start, I think it's nothing is new to all the Zin members, but Jen, can you please tell everybody why a gym session is such a huge benefit that's offered by the Zin community, the
Yeah,
Zumba?
yeah, absolutely. So I'll say it in the perspective of me going back to when I was before I became a ZJ, right? So I remember I think it took me like a year to finally say, okay, let's go to a jam session and see what it's all about, right? And because I was like, I got it, you know? And so once I went, I was like, it's like a whole other level that I didn't know was there. You know what I mean? And this was also pre progressions and pre like queuing as well as we do now. But I will say like it's crazy because I mean it's a huge benefit just to see what it's all about because you don't know until you go how
Yes.
much you can learn about yourself. And so, I went to that one jam session and well, I haven't stopped.
And for you, AD, you have been as you're almost one of the originals. You're when I say originals, not that that Jen is fake, but it's like I'm just
No.
saying that I know that you have been one of the first ZJs. So, what made you become a ZJ, and why is it so important for people to attend jam sessions?
I've been CJ since 2013. Yeah, 2013. This is my 12th year being the CJ. Besides, I thank you so much for all of the things that have been supporting me in all of these years. So, I think it was the thing that I was feeling it like, I have this feeling and I need to share it. I want them to transmit. I want them to feel like I feel or like what I do in a choreo. So the feeling of teaching, so they can learn, they can transmit. Because you don't go to a jam session just to learn choreographies. You learn a lot more than a choreography. Besides the cueing too, that is the basic formula that you have to do in your classes, in your choreos. You learn more about that. I always tell them to the scenes, every time that I do a jam sessions in different places, I learn from you because they're so talented too, and they don't even notice it until they get there. They go like I can say like with a closed mind, and then when they exit from a jam session, they feel like I'm very open minded. Like, oh, I never thought about that step, or I never thought to do this. So have it in mind that it's not just like a choreo workshop or where you go and learn just choreography. It's obviously is the main point, but you go out like motivated, with a open minded, like knowing more persons, having more like things that that you can feel not more successful after doing the jam session, more confident too, because it's about that in a jam session and more than that. So having all of that in mind, start to like, I want to teach that to the other person, feel them like I do what I teach. I want when you come to my jam session, or when you start to come into my jam session, I want that you feel like I do. The energy, feeling the music, feeling the rhythm, feeling the steps, feeling the song, feeling the lyrics. I love to do that, to teach that. So that was like, okay, I really want to go with this. I need that the people feels like I do with the passion when they are teaching, not just stay in front of stage and in front of a class and dance. No, you have to feel it. You have to transmit, feel, do the projection to all the people, because when they see you with that energy, you transmit. So it's all about that for me. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, here on Instagram, Isaac, he says, Edith, ya estoy listo para el sábado. So somebody's already ready to see you
Who
guys.
is it?
That's Isaac. He's
Ah,
on
Isaac.
Isaac. Yeah, he's on. He sent a message on Instagram. So I always tell the girls that I wish I could go to more jam sessions. It's just like my life is just so crazy with school now. But I remember the times that I had the time to go, and what I learned is just so unique because until this day, I can remember the tools that were giving it to me. You know, it's not necessarily like you said about learning the choreos, but the fact that it's a community
Yeah.
meeting where you're seeing friends, you're seeing people that probably you don't see them often, or you meet new people, you make connection. So for me, it's not just about the result, but it's a lot about, you know, what you're gonna get out of it as a community. So I just love the aspect of everything. So Jen, so can you tell us the one on Saturday, where is it happening? And the studio is a gym. Can you tell us about the one on Saturday?
Actually, better yet, Edith is
Oh,
probably
okay.
the
So
best
let's
to go ahead and talk
okay.
about
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of like that. This Saturday it's gonna be at my hometown, and
Okay.
Sundays is with Jen. So
Okay, cool.
I can tell you a little bit more about the Saturdays one. So the Saturdays one, it's gonna be in Far, Texas. We are near to the border, you know, La Frontera, near to
Así.
Mexico City. So it's gonna be over here. We are like 8 hours drive from Dallas. So it's gonna be on this Saturday, 11 a.m. We're gonna be start registration is gonna be at 10:30 a.m. We will start at 11 a.m. here in Far.
Very good. And how about on Sunday? What is the deal on Sunday, Jen?
Awesome. So Sunday is here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And indeed, like Edith said, it's like an 8 hour drive. So it's gonna be fun. Her and I are gonna drive on Saturday.
Yes, we are
So
crazy, no?
we already know each other pretty well, but we're gonna really get to know each other. So yeah, so it's here. It's actually in I have to think of
Garland.
like eastern part of like Dallas area. It's in Garland. But the cool thing about this studio, and I love using this studio because, well, number one, our host is amazing, and whenever I ask her, she's like, yes. Even if she has something, she's like, yes. She actually has a Zumba wear store that's attached to the studio. So she's our like our local distributor, which is really cool. So yeah, it's at 1, and it's gonna be a lot
Because
of
you
fun.
need
So
to have time to
definitely,
come back.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Bring your card so you can get some Zumba wear and all that good stuff. But yeah,
Yes. Oh, besides that, too, over here we're gonna have a Zumba World sale in the jam session on Saturday. Also, we will have someone that it will be selling the Zumba wear. So come ready, because they
Nice.
will have the newest collection, the Gina Grant. So you can get it on this Saturday's jam session too.
Nice. And I know that everybody wants to know, what are we learning? Hmm. What are the rhythms?
the secret. I'm just kidding.
Sign up and you will know. Well, my people from Far, all of the scenes that are already registered on Far, they already got the playlist yesterday. We send the playlist 3 days before the jam session so you can get ready for the jam session. Remember, open your email scenes before the jam session 3 days, latest 2 days before, so you can start to listen to music and you don't go in serious in that day. That's why we send it to you earlier. And remember, the choreo notes, it's going to be, we send the choreo notes 1 day before. Okay, so yes, my people already know the rhythms. They're very, 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 very awesome rhythms. The jam session will be on fire. So, do we tell them, Jen, or no?
I mean, I guess we can because I sent out the playlist for Sunday's Jam today. So it's already out there.
Okay, so of course we have an asunto. The asunto. Tell them about what it is, asunto, Jen.
Yeah, it's an African rhythm. So it's along with all of the many rhythms that are African rhythms, but it's pretty cool because you usually have like your Afrobeat and things like that, but this one's just a little bit different. It's an azonto, which is really cool. There's also a soca, so that's really neat too. But yeah, and then we decided to do a little bit more B1-ish rhythms too.
Yes.
So it's cool.
So we
What do
have
we
the
got?
basic ones, merengue, right?
Hmm.
And also we'll have a cumbia from the latest megamix, one the 109 megamix. So you will have a choreo of that one, the cumbia, and also a Latin urban.
Hmm.
Oh, of course, there's gonna have a Latin urban with a deed. I would say, is that you?
It has to be a cumbia and a Latin urban or a
Uh,
cumbiatone.
I was like saying, are they gonna teach any Brazilian rhythms, Brazilian funk? Like everybody wants to teach Brazilian funk. And do you guys do your research when you do those songs from other languages? Are you that curious
for
to the point that you research?
for the lyrics of the songs, yes. I do, because sometimes I don't understand the lyrics. So when you know the lyrics, oh, in my case, when I know the lyrics, I can play with them. And as soon as you know the lyrics, it's going to be very, very easy to do the choreography because you can do what the lyrics says. Or sometimes the lyrics, they're not very accurate, so I go with the beat, the upper
Hmm.
beat or the lower beat. It depends, but always is good to know the lyrics. Also, you can teach them to the scenes, like, hey, listen, here comes this part, here comes this part of the song when they say arriba, when they say low. So you can do that and play with that. So yes, it's good to research the lyrics.
That's good because
Yeah.
there has been a Brazilian song that everybody's doing, and I send it to our group, and I said, "Girls, if they knew what they were saying, I swear to God that they would not play this song ever again." And then some people said, it's okay. They don't speak Portuguese. It says, oh, I'm telling you, this song is beyond Portuguese. It's very low.
Well,
Like, but that's why I asked you guys if you try to research about if it's like our song or our radio or anything like this.
yeah, and I can speak to that too. I mean, I'm not saying I'm fluent because I'm not, but I mean, when it comes to the Portuguese stuff, I am Portuguese, so I try to. European Portuguese and Brazilian is just a little different. I'm European Portuguese, so sometimes sometimes I have to really listen, but at least I get the gist when it comes to like Brazilian funk and things like that. And then when it comes to Spanish, I know a little bit of that too, so that helps. But then the cool thing is, just in case I'm wrong, I know I can reach out to like Fernanda and say, hey, like, is this a good song? Like, I just want to make sure that I'm understanding it right, that kind of stuff. So yeah, oh yeah, we definitely listen to the lyrics for sure, because a lot of times what happens is we want to make sure that if we can, like, explain what's going on in the story. Not just I mean, the Ariba is perfect, right? Because it's telling you what to do. But if like I did it not too long ago with a K-pop, I actually researched like what the song was about, And so I was able to bring that to like my jam session and tell them a little bit about like the K-pop group, because like they just returned, they just had a reunion because they've been gone, they haven't done anything for like 20 years, and everyone's like, oh, so it's cool stuff like that that you can bring that maybe not everyone thinks about when they just kind of pick a song.
And what is the beauty of co-jamming? I mean, I understand that it's interesting because it brings different flavors and everything. But when you guys decide that, okay, let me reach out to, my fellow as ZJ, and let's see, especially this situation, you guys are so far away. It's not something like, let's say, I'm here in Houston. Shannon is in Dallas. It's only 5 hours, 4 hours, whatever. It's easy busy, but it's 8 hours. So what makes it so special that you guys decided to join on a weekend and do it together?
The most special thing is we know each other for a long time, and we were speaking about do this like several times, and finally we did it. And it was like, hey, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Right? But we've
Yeah.
been trying for years,
Is that the
many, many
first time
years.
then?
It's not the first time we've ever co-jammed,
Uh-huh.
but it's the first time, like for me, I've never been all the way down to South Texas. So, and we've been talking about, Edith's been like, come to my studio, come to the studio, come to the studio. And I'm like, okay. And so now I was finally like, okay, I have to do it. And it's pretty cool how that we worked it out to where, we're doing both like Edith's like background, like, her home turf. And then I guess you could say my home turf. I've been here for 10 years. I'm originally from California, but so it's kind of like my area, because the last time we co-jammed, oh gosh, I think it was like 20, was it like 2018, something like that?
I think 2018 over
Yeah,
there.
and it
There's
was and it
or
was up
Dallas.
here, and it was up here. So it was just pretty cool. I mean, we've known each other for a long time. We vibe together really, really well. We have similar styles. I say we're like sisters from like another mister. So because we have similar features. So
We don't. We and also we're dressed kind of like, yeah,
yes,
right?
that too. We're very like urban reggaeton. I mean, I started as a reggaeton DJ, so but yeah, so we're very similar. So it made sense to just do it again because it's been so long.
That is so nice. So for us to wrap up, I just wanted to tell everybody, how do you find the songs? I mean, I know whenever you have to have that 8 weeks time that you have to put the session into motion, and so people start signing up. When you put it on the website, do you have an idea what you're doing already? Is it kind of like programmed in your mind? And how do you search for the songs? Is it something you listen on the? I know you have to have one from the mega mix,
Mhm.
but where the inspiration comes from?
Okay, can you, Jen can start. Let me just grab my charger right quickly. In the meantime, Jen, you go.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So a lot of times the inspiration comes from, I mean, obviously I'm going to use songs that I'm already doing in class, right? So there's that. They're usually tested. I mean, I'll admit there have been times where I haven't even tried it in class and I'm like, let's do it at jam session, you know, to work out the kinks. No. But there's been times for that. But as far as like, no, like what, like rhythms to do and things like that, I think it dictates what kind of what's like in your current list. But I used to do this more, but I don't do it as much now. I used to actually like, I would spend time like, okay, I got to find a good samba. So I'd listen to samba for a little while and then I'd pick out like the songs that I'm like, okay, yes. And I add them to like a kind of like a future list, like a future choreographed list. I usually use Spotify. I actually switched over to Tidal, which is kind of like Spotify, but just a little different. Um, the musician in me, the music's more raw rather than compressed. So that's the reason why also is my husband's the one who wanted it. So but so it's just one of those things where like, and I used to also especially on Spotify when they had that like new music Friday, like every Friday, I would usually go through that list and be like, no, 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 okay, and kind of put it into the future list, um just to just to have it there. I haven't used everything. It's just it's kind of one of those things where you have to like, if you're feeling it, then you're like, yeah. And then also too, I think knowing where you're going to kind of helps. So like for example, sometimes here in DFW, I know people around here like K-pop, so I try to do some K-pop, things like that. So sometimes, and I know some people don't. A lot of DJs don't do samba, so I'll do it. I try to do the rhythms that people don't usually do. Blah, 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 blah. I've been up for a lot. Anyway, so but yeah, so it kind of just depends like at that time. A lot of times what happens with picking songs, honestly, it's stuff that we've been working on. We'll start thinking about it maybe like a couple weeks before. But it's not like 8 weeks before. It's just we have this list that's just ongoing and we're like, what about this one? And this one? That kind of a thing. So yeah, so that's kind of how I choose.
I start.
Because you guys have to put it on the website with a certain amount of time, right? For
Yes.
for there, which I think it's 6 or 8 weeks. Am I correct? Or
The max is 10.
okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Edith? How do you
Can, can you see me
now I see your shirt.
There
Now
we
I
go.
see you.
there?
I see you now. Uh,
There?
yeah.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I was about to plug my computer and a boop, and then yeah. I mean, yeah. So we're talking about the how do we pick the songs, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so I do from whatever wherever I am. I always have my phone on hand with Shazam. You know, if I'm dining in a restaurant or something and I hear a song that I like it, I Shazam in that moment, and then I save it in my like it songs, and then I do a playlist of those songs that I really like it that I have to pick. I separate it for rhythms, like for next jam session, I need a bachata. I remember that I save a bachata from that place. So after that, I look into it, for example, in YouTube. If I see that it doesn't have choreo already there for Zumba, I take it. But if it's a lot of choreos over there already in YouTube, I don't take it because there's a lot of people that already have it. So we need to give them like something different or a premiere, you know. That's why I look into and then find the lyrics. If it's catchy, I always look for the catchy songs that you can sing it when the people can feel it. Remember, I love everything about the feeling, so they can feel the song too. Well, first I have to feel it. If I really feel the song, I can okay, this one. I like this one. So I get into the song, and then like, okay, now how can I choreo? And I start to create something different for them. And I go back to the latest choreo that I teach. For example, if like 5 or 4 jam sessions before I did a bachata, and now I'm gonna do a bachata and try to not repeat the same steps, so they can have something different. It's a lot of work,
I know.
but
I
I
admire you
do.
guys a lot because people I think sometimes take you guys for granted. I think, all the hard work on top of it, you guys still teach your classes. Some of you have regular jobs. And then you do have to find time to not just to find the songs, but to choreo the songs, and then to um, make sure that it is what you're expecting. And then so I really, really admire you guys, and I'm so happy that we were able to jump in, the both of you, to talk about your sessions. So guys, don't forget this Saturday at 11 a.m. in Far, Texas, down, 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 down south. And then up, go towards, in the Dallas area in Garland on Sunday at 1. So we're going to be putting at the here on the chat the link for you to sign up. Make sure that if you are not signed up yet, you still have time. And if you're driving by or something, you can also stop by if it's not sold out by the time, the session starts. So take this chance, bring something new to your class, be innovative. And the girls are here to help you.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. So thank you so much, girls, for jumping on this call. Thank you, Shannon, my fellow
Thank you, Shannon.
ZCOM. So we see you guys next time. I wish you all the best for this weekend. And I just want to give a quick shout out that tomorrow here in Houston, hosted by Gina, our fellow ZCOM, we have Easy Cervantes. So he's here in Houston. Please, guys, reach out to Gina. She's going to put here the information as well. I know it's going to be a blast. So stay tuned for all the things that we're having. We have a meet and greet coming up on November 21st. It's online. So all the ZJs are going to be here. The Zesses. It's going to be so awesome. I can't wait. And all your fellow ZCons as well. Have a good night, guys. And we see you next time. Besos. Bye,
Bye.
guys.